All right, I'd like to correct something I just said earlier. The 7 Torah carriers line up. Number 1 is next to the rabbi, and numbers 2 through 7 stand by his side, stringing off toward the north. Now, at the line where the rabbi says Baruch HaMakom and starts up the steps to the Heichal, the 7 carriers follow him, and each picks a Torah. You will see as you pick up the scrolls, there is a Hebrew letter on the shelf in front, and one is marked Aleph for number 1, Beit, Gimel, Daled, Hey, Vav, Zion. And each carrier will take the scroll corresponding to his number, and then they stand on the steps of the Heichal, number 1, Aleph, far to his right, the north end, and the others are next to him, numbers 2 through 7, stringing off to his left. The rabbi starts Romamu, chants the first 2 verses himself. The third line, Ein Kadosh, is where the congregation joins in. And the fourth line, Torah Tziva Lanu Moshe, is where the carriers start down the steps in order, 1 through 7, and they start down the steps and go up the north side to the Teba as if we were going to read. They should maintain a steady pace. It should not be too slow, but it certainly should not be too fast, in accordance with the solemnity of the occasion. As they reach the Teba, they must take the appropriate location for each. Number 1 is in the middle of the table. Number 2 is at his right. Number 3 is at his left. Number 4 should be on the inner part of the southern side of the table, and number 5 next to him. Number 6 on the inner side of the north side of the table, and number 7 next to him. The Torah is placed on the edge of the table and is held there throughout the ceremony of Kol Nidrei. Now, a word about the manner of carrying. The best way to carry a sefer is with one hand, probably your strongest hand, the right hand for most of us, grasping the handle of the wooden Eitz Chaim, and the subordinate hand, the left hand for most of us, halfway up the side of the scroll, holding the silk which covers the parchment. The scroll should be held erect, not resting on the shoulder at all. And similarly, when they are held at the Teba the carrier's hands are not seen. They are still holding either the wooden handles at the bottom or one hand on the scroll itself. The Kol Nidre prayer is sung 3 times, followed by a series of blessings, and leading up to, ultimately, the repetition of the verse Yimloch. The rabbi, or the chazan, says it twice, echoed by the congregation 2 times. The chazan says Mizmor LeDavid, and then, after the words Mizmor LeDavid, the carriers begin the procession back to the ark. This procession differs from the normal procession because of the large number of scrolls. They are in order, 1 through 7. One leads the procession by going down the north steps from the Tebah, around behind the Tebah to the south side, and then up the south side until he reaches his normal place in the center of the synagogue. This will take a little bit of time, during which the congregation is chanting the poem, Havu Ladonai B'nai Elim, so that the final stage of the procession, going back to the Heichal, will be a little shorter, because part of the psalm will already have been sung. The first carrier can start up the steps on Adonai Oz La'amo Yitain, the last line of the psalm, or even a little bit earlier, so that all 7 scrolls can be replaced in exactly the same spot from which they came. That's why the numbers are important, corresponding to the Hebrew letters in the Heichal. Each carrier should adjust the cloak of his scroll so that it is neat and attractive, and the scroll is stable, sitting in its spot. At this point, the carriers return to their seats, and this part of the ceremony is over. I hope this has been of some help in clarifying this procedure. Thank you very much.